Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
Well, good morning, everyone. Happy dreary Monday. It's blacky out. That's my word, blacky.
Blacky.
Yes. But that's okay because it's sunny here in the studio, and we're going to give away some really, really cool prizes here in just a moment from our friends at the Humane Society of Jackson County. And with us this morning, our good friend Dianna Yates.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
It's so good to have you back here in the studio. And typically when Dianna shows up, it's because she's going to give fun stuff away.
I don't
Or
know
talk about cool
how many
stuff.
years we've been doing this.
A long time.
Long time.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys, the Humane Society has such an important job in all local areas because you all help our little furry friends that can't help themselves. And but it costs a lot of money and it takes a lot of manpower, of which you have neither.
Right. We're down to 3 people.
3 people in the Humane Society. I think maybe we need to do a
And
recruiting
we're kind
drive.
of elderly.
Yeah. Oh, no. Not at all. But no, I know what you're saying. And certainly you all could use some help in a lot of different ways.
Yes.
But no, we're so happy to have you here today. We're going to give away a couple of really cool prizes. You want to tell everybody?
First, we have a gift basket that is worth over $1,000. It has gift cards, Michael Kors purse, candles. John and Erica Morris of Jackson. They own a company called Dog Caves LLC.
This is cool.
Yeah, they
So
make
cool.
end table dog crates made out of pine. They're beautiful. They're a piece of furniture. And the one they donated to us was valued at $650. And it's really nice. I was telling Jennifer, they told us at the Apple Festival that Richard Gere's wife contacted them a while back and had a large one shipped to New York. Terry Bradshaw has purchased one from them.
I mean, such talent here in our area. I mean, for so many different reasons and things. But
and I messaged her last night to tell her we made $823 off that basket with that dog crate. So just for that.
That is so good.
Yep. And then almost $5,000 on the rifle.
Holy moly. Yes. So we're going to give that away right here on the program today. And then the Henry rifle, and you guys have been doing this for a while. And I don't know, you're like some kind of magician or something that comes up and you find these rifles because I don't know where you find them. I mean, there's like waiting lists and stuff for these things.
I start searching in January or February for them. And this year was the hardest to find one. But someone told me that where Kmart was in Gallipolis, I think it's a John Deere implement place now.
Okay.
They said they have all kinds. Somebody told me this at Beaver, that they have all kinds of Henry rifles there. So I'm going to go check them out.
Oh, yes.
And see what they have. But I usually find one online.
Okay. So, but you said the Henry rifle that we're getting ready to give this to somebody here in just a moment. But you said it's probably the prettiest one you've ever
Yes,
seen.
we've done the 44 Magnum before, but it wasn't the Wildlife Edition. The Wildlife
Oh.
Edition has in the stock, in the wood, carved pheasants and deer, and it's absolutely beautiful. Last 2 years, we did the 4570, and it had the brass engraved with a moose and bear, but this one is 10 times prettier. We had to pay
So cool.
$1,350 for the rifle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But that's okay because it is a fundraiser here
Yes.
for Dylan, what are you doing? So we're having a little bit of technical difficulties here this morning. So if something weird happens, just go with it. Dylan is, I don't know what he's doing. He's cracking himself up though, Dianna. No,
And
it
then-
doesn't. I don't feel so bad because I woke up this morning and turned on the WSAZ news, and they had a power outage this morning, and
Oh, gosh.
they had one microphone and everyone huddled around it. No teleprompters, no electricity in the studio, nothing. And I was like, okay, it happens to the best of them. So.
Plus, along with the Henry rifle, when you buy a ticket, every year we purchase a custom-made knife. They've always been hunting knives.
Yes.
From Michael O. McKeerley. He is a knife maker out of Wilmington, Ohio. And years ago, I met him at a gun show, and his son was in Iraq, and I think there were 7 others on the chopper with his son. They were headed back to the base. They were going to fly home the next day, and they got shot down.
Oh, no.
So he got involved with Wounded Warriors, and he makes knives for them that they auction off to raise money. But he always gives us a break on a knife. And this year we did a custom-made pocket knife, so we're giving that away also.
Super cool. So you are somebody is going to win this stuff here in just a moment. But we're going to keep you in a little bit of suspense because let's talk about some Humane Society things for a moment. And you and I, one of the first things that you mentioned this morning is that you are looking for a grant writer.
Yes. We would be willing to pay someone to help write grants.
Okay. Because
Go ahead.
you guys are not for profit, and God knows you're not for profit.
No.
There is no profit.
And there are some months that we have $4,000 and more in vet bills where we help people.
And, so it can't be a one-way street because it needs, money needs to come in for you all to be able to help folks. So if anybody is a grant writer or knows somebody that is a grant writer and has some room in your heart for our furry friends, please contact Dianna. I'm sure you can call out to Pause a While.
Or the call line is 740-286-6435, or they can message us on our Humane Society Facebook page.
There you go. Please, if you know somebody that would be willing to help, because some grants are much needed to continue on what you all do.
If I can, I'd like to mention that about the Dazzle Foundation.
Yes, absolutely.
When I was a child, my parents would take my grandparents to an orchard on Canberra Road. It was called the Dazzle Orchard.
See, and I don't remember that.
I do. I remember going there. They had 2 daughters. I don't believe either one of them married. And about 10 years ago, I got a call from Nia Henry at Appalachia Realty. And Ms. Dazzle was in a nursing home in Columbus, and she had 2 cats. And she wanted to make arrangements for someone to care for those cats or find them a good home after she passed away.
Okay.
So the president then and I went and met with Nia and the accountant of Ms. Dazzle. And that first year, she gave us $20,000. And she told us if we would take her cats, she would give us more. But each year, we have received money. She passed away a couple of years ago. But they set up a foundation. And each year, we get $5,000 to $10,000 from that. So that's the only grant we get right now.
So right now, that is it. That's other than your fundraising, you guys getting out, strapping up the boots and going out and raising your own funds. Mm-hmm. So, money is just tight all around. And, the grants that you may have gotten aren't there anymore. And, I think a lot of people are feeling that. But, the problem is the animal thing gets worse and worse.
Right.
You get money less and less. Yep. So we need to help our furry friends.
Even at our booths, we put out a donation jar, and we're lucky if we get $5 donated. If people could just drop change in or $1, it would help.
Yeah, absolutely.
We help stray and injured animals. If a vet calls us and they have an individual that can't afford, something on their pet, if we have the funds available, we try to help them.
Okay.
So,
very good.
And then we do the spay and neuter clinics.
Yeah, and that's a whole other thing. So you were saying on the radio when we were in there that you have your last rascal unit coming up
this Friday.
But the problem with that is there are so many people that want to sign up, and because it's a wonderful program. But you got to get signed up early.
When we had our sign up, we posted on our Facebook page, and I think within a day and a half, we had 130 calls to sign up. And you're limited as to what you can have per clinic, so many in a pack. And we can't get everybody in. It might take months for somebody that called in February or March to get in.
Right. But thank God people are calling, right?
Yeah,
and being responsible.
Or not. This year, we've had a lot of problems that people don't call, don't show up.
What?
And we have to guarantee rascal. I think it's $2,600 to come down. If we do not meet that, that comes out of our funds. And several times we have had to pay that difference.
That's not okay because there are so many people out there that are willing
if
to
they would
show
just
up.
Call, and we understand there are emergencies.
Yeah.
But if they would call even the night before, because you can't let your animal eat after midnight, we could still get someone else scheduled.
Because you have a waiting list.
Right, a big waiting list.
A big waiting list. So, yeah, please, if you can't
and people get frustrated with us over it, but we can't help it. And this last clinic, I don't know what time we'll get out of there. It might be 8 or 9 o'clock at night, but it's way overbooked.
Okay. But it's, it is good that people are thinking.
And one thing we tell people, Ross County Humane Society, I believe they do rascal year round. They're a little higher. They charge an administrative fee on top of it.
Okay.
Athens County does them. Now, Sierra's Haven, which is our cat rescue, well, they have dogs too. They are located between Lucasville and Portsmouth. They're back behind Shawnee Animal Clinic.
Okay.
They have a Facebook page. They do a once a month male cat neuter day on a Sunday, and they charge $25.
You are kidding.
And people say, I don't want to drive that far. It's not that far. It's not that far.
No, not for a $25 neuter. No.
And they do them every once a month on a Sunday.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So you do have some options there as well.
Right.
All right. And so, I think a lot of people get confused about the Humane Society versus the dog pound. And I know that we've explained that ad nauseum here on the show, but could we touch on that for just a moment before we get to some of the fun stuff?
Yeah, we're a 501c3 nonprofit. We are not associated with the county. We get no county funds.
Right.
The dog pound is county ran. They get county funds.
Yes. And the dog pound is just that.
Yes.
Dogs.
Yeah, they don't handle any other animals other than dogs.
Correct. Yeah. And you get the cow calls and the cruelty calls and the
potbelly pigs. A lot.
The potbelly pigs that are supposed to be this big, that are the size of this
200
room.
or 300 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah, they so somehow something happened. Those pigs just kept getting bigger.
Yeah, my son used to have one.
They are cute though.
Yeah, they are. His name was Kevin Bacon.
Very appropriate. Yes, very appropriate. But no, so just remember that the Humane Society is all not-profit, donation-based, or grant-based, or whatever you guys do for fundraisers. Right. That's all you got.
We had to let our humane agent go. We had a part-time one, but without grants, we couldn't afford to pay him.
Yeah.
So right now, and helping people if we have the money. As far as animal cruelty, we had paid for the dog warden to go to humane agent training a few years ago.
Okay.
She handles all dogs for cruelty. So if you have a problem with a dog or a neighbor's dog, call the dog pound.
Yeah.
Farm animals or any other animals, call the sheriff's department.
Sheriff's department.
Mm-hmm.
And I can just tell you, with knowing that our sheriff is an animal lover, so He's a big fat softy when it comes to that. So, and a lot of our judges around here too. So don't mess around with it.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Okay, Diana. So and also something that's very important for people to know is that if you want to send money, do you still have the same P.O. box?
Yes.
P.O. Box 1, Jackson. You can't forget that.
No.
P.O. Box 1. I'm sure that you all would be happy to accept any and all checks or whatever to help out along the way too. And then let's see, what else can people do? Do you need physical stuff?
We can always use dog food or cat litter.
Where would people take that to?
They can call me. We can pick it up. If you call or message us on our Facebook page, or they can bring it out to Paul's a while on 4 Mile.
The thing is,
we'd
too,
be happy to pick it up.
Seriously, bring it to the brewery. We'll get it to you. You know, I mean, we're always certainly willing to help out. And just to let you know, we have brewed Marley and Friends again this year. So we'll be doing a little fundraiser for you guys as well. And that's always a little bit of fun. Because some of the proceeds of Marley and Friends, who's my dog, and all of her friends, we brewed a beer, and so we give some of the proceeds of that to the Humane Society. So, yeah,
appreciate it.
Yeah, that's fun. So you drink for a good cause. Who doesn't like that, right?
Right.
It's win-win. Yep. All right. So Diana, grant writer, we're needing a grant writer. Mm-hmm. So if anybody knows a grant writer or is one or whatever, either contact us, contact Diana, contact the Humane Society, and we'll be very, very happy to hook you guys up.
Okay,
so
thank you.
All right, and then you have the
pet portraits. Yes, Saturday, November the 11th at Tractor Supply. David Brown from Faces of Rescue out of Circleville.
Yes,
he's done them for us for years. He is a fantastic pet photographer.
Yes,
he asks for a $20 donation, and it all comes to us.
Yes.
We try to give him money. He doesn't want it, but he's a really good pet photographer. He's great with animals. He's there from 10 to 4. I think yesterday there was only one spot left, but he will take walk-ins.
Very good.
He emails the pictures to you, and you can download them and print out whatever you want.
There you go. So you have access to the photos. And the funny part about him is if you have a hamster or whatever, he doesn't care. Bring it in.
We had a girl and her husband bring 6 pet rats several years ago.
Yay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And they did really well. I mean, he's done goldfish. He said people have brought snakes. They brought
goldfish. Yeah. Now that cracks me up.
Yeah.
I hope they left it in the bowl.
Yeah.
But yeah, dogs, cats, donkeys, we don't care.
Rabbits.
Bring it. Yeah, bunnies, whatever.
He'll do anything.
You know, the cool thing is, and this is November, you said 11th, right? Mm-hmm. At our Tractor Supply here in Jackson.
Yes, it'll be a week from Saturday.
And that's what time?
10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So you can show up. There are some scheduled times, but you can also take a walk-in.
Just make sure if you bring a dog, you have them on a leash.
Yes. Yeah. Please keep your animal contained. Yeah. But this is a perfect opportunity for you to have Christmas presents
They're
done.
Really good.
For $20. Yeah. And he knows what he's doing too. This isn't some fly-by-night guy.
His backdrop this year is beautiful. If you pull up Faces of Rescue, you can see it.
Okay.
And it's really pretty.
Very good. And so that is going to be available. Perfect, like we said, Christmas gifts or holiday gifts, or if you just want something for your home to frame as well. It's great. Yeah. And the cool thing is you have to be a special person to be a pet photographer or an animal photographer because, you know, they're nervous. Mm-hmm. You're nervous. You know, you've got the people and the pet and all of this, and he knows just what to do.
He does. He has a way with them. He does really good.
Yeah.
People come in and say, I know my dog's not going to sit still. We're not going to do this. And he doesn't have any problem.
Yeah.
It's good.
He demands their attention.
Yes.
So, no, that's fantastic. So that is a good fundraiser for you all.
Yes.
And if you want to pay $20, cool. Or if you want to pay a lot more, cooler.
Yep.
How's that?
That sounds good.
But no, I think that's going to be a really fun time. And it's just a kind of a win-win for everybody as well.
usually Janice and I work it, and we just enjoy seeing the animals, and some of them will come in dressed up for Christmas, and it's really cute.
It's cute. Yeah, we had a photo thing at the brewery last year with the dog pound, and someone brought in, and it scared me because she had it wrapped up like a baby. I thought this lady had a baby, like it was all swaddled and whatever, and she sat there for like a half an hour with this baby, and I was like, okay, well, she's just waiting. And she unswaddled that sucker, and it was an iguana that was like the size of this desk. And I about had a stroke. I mean, I was like,
I think I would have
oh my God. Yeah, I was not prepared for that.
At least it must have been good if it wasn't.
Oh, yeah, no, I thought it was a baby the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great.
Amazing.
Yeah. But anyway, so we are going to do some news here in a little bit, but we wanted to get Dianna in to talk about some of the wonderful things that you all have going on, your needs, what we can do to help, or what folks can do to help. But I think we should give away some stuff.
Sounds good.
So what are we giving away first?
We'll do the gift basket and the dog crate.
Okay, so this is and these chances were sold, throughout the past several months.
The tickets are all in here.
And we do this so that Jen doesn't look.
Yep. You want to stir them up too? Go ahead and stir them.
I'll stir them up. Stirring them up. Stirring them up. You see, I'm not looking, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not looking. Dylan, am I looking?
That's why we have you do it.
This is why we do it. Video evidence right here. Okay. Yep. So this is for the gift basket and the dog crate
got it.
Bed thing. There we go. I got one.
Kim Betts from Oak Hill, Ohio.
Woohoo!
All right.
Congratulations, Kim.
Put that in my pocket so I don't lose it. And I will call the winners right after I leave.
Okay. Congratulations, Kim. Thank you for, of course, your donation to the Humane Society, and we greatly appreciate that as well. Okay, so Kim, that's the first one.
Kim Betts. Okay.
All right, now we've got the Henry rifle
and the knife. The first ticket we draw will be the rifle.
Okay, so this is going to be the rifle. I'll let you stir those up again. I'm not looking. Not looking at all.
You can see all the tickets in here.
Yep, there's a ton of them in there.
Yep,
all right, so this first one is for the Henry. My God, there's a million of them in
There's
here.
a lot.
Okay, I'm going to dig down through. And I think that's one.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Lee Robertson from Beaver, Ohio.
Woohoo!
You know what? I think I remember him. I think he came back like 6 times. And he says, boy, I'd like to have that. This is the first time we've had anybody from Beaver win.
There you go.
We've had Wilkesville, Portsmouth, Lucasville.
Didn't we have one from like California or something one year?
It was out west somewhere. I can't remember.
It was like another state.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And I had it shipped to him. Okay. Lee, I'll give you a call right after the show. I'm glad somebody from Beaver finally won.
Yes.
He'll be thrilled. Okay.
Very good.
Lee wins the rifle.
All right. So then this is
for the custom-made pocket knife.
Okay.
It's valued at $250.
Okay. So I'm going to stir these up again. I am not looking. I'm digging. Wait, I don't know. Yep, that was 2. Okay, I think that's 1. Okay.
Don Eisnagel from Waverly, Ohio.
Woohoo!
That's good. We have a variety. It's nice, different towns.
Spread all over the place, huh?
Yeah, someone from Wellston won the knife last year, and Lucasville won the rifle last year. So that's great. So Eisnagel won the knife. Okay.
Very good.
That's good.
And if you forget, we're right here for you to see.
I won't forget.
No, that's wonderful. And all of these people have donated and bought chances for this. Yes. And again, this is what keeps you going.
And we charge a little more. I mean, at the Apple Festival, there's some booths that sell their tickets like for so many for $5 or whatever. We limit our tickets. We usually sell between $350 to $450. Never more than $500.
Right. So your chances of winning
and we charge
are much
$10
better.
Each, or God, can't remember.
This is what happens when you,
when you get old.
when you're doing it all.
Yeah, $10 each or 4 for $25.
Gotcha.
And that way,
Yeah.
And most of them buy 4.
Yeah, of
course. But we had a couple of people over the last couple of years make comment that they could not believe that the Humane Society would raffle off a gun. Said, I thought you were here to save animals. And we said,
God!
Yeah. We've had that happen twice in the past couple of years.
No.
And like we explained, this has been our biggest fundraiser ever.
It has been. And here's the thing about a Henry rifle is they're a collector's item.
Exactly. Most people don't shoot them.
You're not out shooting your Henry rifle off your front porch at tin cans, I don't think. Like this is you display it and it's a work of art.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's not exactly what y'all are doing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But we really like doing it.
No, and that's very, very cool. And it is a big fundraiser for you all because those Henry rifles are so hard to get your hands on and all of that. So congratulations to the winners, and we hope that you enjoy your prizes. And please, Dianna, if you can feel it in your heart to help our furry friends in the area, get hold of Dianna or the Humane Society of Jackson County. And, P.O. Box 1 is not hard to remember. Write a little check, put it in the mail.
We get quite a few from people that have passed away. I received a call from a funeral home the other day wanting our address.
Really?
Said that they had left, that they would like money to be donated to us. And
that's awesome.
We get several of those. And then I'm not going to say a name, but had a gentleman that I used to work with in the 70s back at McNally, Pittsburgh. And he called me and said he had some cat food that his cats wouldn't eat, wanted to know if I wanted it. I said yes. Went up, and he and his wife both aren't in very good health. Mm-hmm. And I stayed about an hour and a half. And he told me he wanted to show me something. And they have it in their will when they die that their house, everything, he has money in a trust that's supposed to go to the Humane Society.
Oh, my gosh.
And I thought that was very nice, but I don't want to see anything happen to either one of them.
No, absolutely not.
But I thought that brought tears to my eyes and his eyes. So
for sure.
Very nice.
There are people out there with great big golden hearts, aren't there?
There are.
Yeah.
There are.
And we want to thank you for what you do because, again, you are one of, 3 whole people in the Humane Society that are, doing something. And we want to thank you for all of your hard work.
No problem.
Yep. Okay. And grant writers, if you know a grant writer, send them our way.
Yes,
and we will hook you all up because the Humane Society definitely needs some grants.
Because used to, when we had, got the big grants, like we used to get a $20,000 grant a year from Kenneth Scott, which is the Bob Barker Foundation.
Oh, okay.
We would use that and actually help people that were low income. Sure. All they had to pay was $20 to get their animals fixed. We haven't been able to do that for years.
Okay.
We try to help them some. They might have to pay $40, but still, when you're on a limited income, that's a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
So
it is. So, is there anything else you wanted to tell our viewers while you're here?
Can't think of anything. I think we've covered it all.
All right. And get to Tractor Supply on November 11th. Get those pet portraits done.
Stress him out by having a long line.
Yeah. I think it's fantastic. And again, bring your horses and your dogs and your cats and your goats. And we don't care. Spend some money and some donations, right?
Your iguanas.
The iguanas swaddled like a baby.
I'm sure he's done them also.
Oh, yeah.
He goes to Columbus, to Mount Vernon, different places, and does pet. He's kind of cut back some. But he likes helping us, so
that's awesome.
We're blessed to have him.
Yes, very, very good. And if you want to check out his Facebook, it's Faces of Rescue.
Faces of Rescue.
Yeah, it's really, really good as well. And you can see all the fantastic pictures that he takes. There are
pictures on there.
Yep.
And he actually, if a dog won't sit still without a leash, you can stand next to him and hold the leash, and he edits the leash out of the pictures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So really so it's great. He'll work with you however he can.
Yep.
So very, very good. All right. Well, Dianna, thank you so much for stopping by today. We always love when you stop by because we get to give people stuff. This is fantastic.
They'll be happy. I'm pretty sure that Lee Robertson that won the rifle. I know that's that guy.
He just kept coming back.
Yes. He'd come back and look at it. He said, boy, I sure would like to win that.
Well, you're welcome, Lee. But no, thank you. If you have anything coming up, please let us know, and we'll be happy to have you back or talk about it here on the program.
Okay. Sounds good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to try to think of some new fundraisers, something we can do. It's kind of hard to do one where you only raise, $100 or $200. That's why we like doing this.
Yes.
You can make good money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. One fundraiser.
Yep.
Big money.
But with a vet bill of $3,000 to $4,000 a month, this doesn't
even
far.
Yeah, exactly. So
well, thank you very much for being. You've been very good to us.
We love you guys, and we appreciate all that you do.
Thank you.
Yep. All right.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Thank you. Jeremiah, are you coming over? Oh, okay. Jeremiah's in the house. Thank you, Miss Dianna.
Thank you. Thanks, Jeremiah.
Oh, look at him opening the door. He's so chivalrous today. No, come on over, buddy. I would do the weather forecast, but I don't want to.
It's just rainy out there.
How's that? The weather
Gloomy,
sucks this
rainy.
week.
It's just no good.
It's going to be cold. They're talking about snow overnight tomorrow night.
Goodness.
Wednesday
Snow
morning. Yeah, I don't even want to. I mean, I don't think
I know it's
a lot of snow, but it may fall out of the sky kind of thing.
I know it's November on Wednesday, so it's hard to believe that it's snowing already. Anyhow, did you have a good weekend?
I did. Oh, so I watched some. So I've been on a scary movie kick, right? Because, it's like Halloween weekend and all that. So the other night, Jamie and I watched The Black Mask. Have you seen that? It's like Johnny Depp.
Seen that one, no.
It's like it's either on Netflix. I think it's on Prime, maybe. But anyway, Johnny Depp is this like really, really creepy dude. And he wears these eerie masks, and he keeps abducting kids. And then it's he abducts this one kid, and it's not it's the Black Phone. I'm sorry, Black Phone. And anyway, it's a really messed up movie, but there is a little girl in it, and this is a scary movie. This little girl takes the show. I mean, hilarious. She's little tiny thing and the most foul-mouthed thing you've ever heard. It is great. She just tells everybody off. It's so awesome.
I haven't watched that one.
Anyway, and then, so last night, I'm like, okay, what scary movie are we going to watch tonight? And I told Jamie, I was like, let's bite the bullet and watch Megan. I've been putting it off.
Oh, is that the shark? Is that the shark one?
No, Megan's the one where it's the creepy doll that
comes to life.
Well, they make it, and it's this girl's best friend. You know Megan?
No, I guess I don't. I must be thinking of
Dylan.
Dylan knows.
Can you get us a picture, Dylan, of Megan?
I can pull it up.
Okay.
It's really, really creepy. So anyway, we did that. But that was my. So that.
I guess I don't watch a whole lot of the scary movies. I know Courtney and I was talking. She's been her and her husband have been watching the Jason movies.
Yes.
Through, and
so
I've seen those through, and it's the same thing over and over.
The funny part is Jamie and I watched, that was one of my picks last year, was the original Friday the 13th, because I couldn't remember it, and I didn't realize that Jason is not in the original Friday the 13th.
Right. Yeah, it's like the mom or something.
It's his mom.
Yeah, doing the killings.
But you never see anyone die or anything. It's more like psychological thriller stuff than when Jason comes into it. It gets real nasty.
Yeah, slasher.
Yeah.
I asked her, I said, have you got to the one where they're in space yet? she said no.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, there's one called Jason X, and it's in the future. They finally catch him, and they freeze him.
There's Megan.
Okay, I think I remember seeing that poster.
It's really creepy.
Yeah, but they finally catch him and they freeze him, and then he's frozen, and then years and years into the future, he gets unthawed on this spaceship in the future, and he's goes on a killing spree.
Why would anyone put Jason on a spaceship?
I think they were transporting him from somewhere else and didn't realize that he was a serial killer. And
so I have to tell my husband about that, because you just said Jason X.
Yes.
So Jamie and I are driving yesterday morning, and we get to the Tri-City Theater, and it says Saw X on the thing, and he goes, there's another Saw movie. He said, I saw that. Did you know that there's been 10 Saw movies? And I'm like, Saw X? And he was like, huh? I'm like, what does X stand for? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, it's the Roman numeral for 10?
For 10, yeah.
He was like, oh.
Right.
I'm like, it's the 10th one. You are correct. But that's why it's called Saw X.
It's hard to believe there's been 10 of those movies.
I know. Those are another creepy.
Like I remember seeing like
movie.
the first couple 2 or something. I haven't, like I said, I don't watch a whole lot of scary movies,
but anyway, thank you for putting Megan up. That is Nightmare Fuel.
Hey, Jeremiah, is Pete coming on?
Yes.
Oh,
Does he know? Should I go get him?
Yeah, he's going to be coming on. I got a couple things I need to touch on.
We probably got to get to the news.
Yeah, here, I'm just chatting. So we'll talk about what I went over the week. Thank you,
yes,
sir.
it is Jeremiah's birthday. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate that. Happy birthday. Okay.
The big guy stepped in to wish me happy birthday there.
That is true.
That's appreciated. So last week, I know Pete touched on this. I think, was he in on Friday?
Yes.
Touched on the Halloween block party up there in Wellston.
Yeah, well, you were part of that madness, huh?
It was it was crazy. That's a lot of people downtown there.
Like you were telling me about it, and then we threw a picture up there, and I was like,
the picture really,
what?
Yeah, really showed the folks that were out. Pete wanted me to come on and talk about the winners from that. So Dylan should have those, and you can just throw up one, and I'll just try to go through it as we go through it.
Okay.
Identify. So this would have been the 2023 Wellston Lions Club funniest winners. So from the left there, you have Lennox Lowe.
Oh my gosh!
First place.
That.
Yeah, he's like in a crane there.
That's so good.
And second place went to Shadrick Wonders. Third place went to Dutton Williams. And fourth place went to Sophie Kogenair.
Nice.
There. So that's your funniest category. This was your Judge's Choice winners. So from the left, you have Angel Hill, first place. There, the Oscar the Grouch.
It's Oscar the Grouch. Like they had the trash can and everything.
Yeah, and then you had Kaylin Pugh, second place. Joe Burrow.
Oh, yep, he's a Joe Burrow card.
Yeah, and then you have Colson Montgomery, third place, and Molly Dupree, fourth place.
Nice. That is so good.
This was these are the Wellston marching band members who won. They don't do places for them; just each of them. They do 4, and they each get prize money. So from the left there, you have Emma Ewing. I think she was like a gypsy. And then you have Emma Spangler. She's Daphne from Scooby-Doo. And then you have Sophie Tucker. She's just like a scary bride, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And then you have Lily Martin, who's a whoopee cushion.
I wonder how many people walked up and squeezed her.
Yeah, I wonder if she made any noise.
Like that was the first thing that crossed my mind.
Let's see. So this was the prettiest. These are the prettiest winners. From the left, I'm going to probably butcher this one, so I apologize. First place, you have Winona, and it's it's
let's see if we
let's
can
see
help
if you
here.
can help me out there. Starts with a K. Kales.
Where's it at? Oh, Kovaliski.
Yeah, right there.
Kovaliski. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Kovaliski. Woneta, or what did I say?
I didn't look at the first name. Winona
Kovaliski. First place there. I think she's Wednesday Adams there. Second place was Felicity Leach. And third place was Paisley Dempsey. There's a little Raggedy Ann there.
So cute.
And then Jocelyn Stewart was fourth place. And I think she's Elsa.
Yeah.
From Frozen. So he should have one more, and
oh
so
my
he saved.
God. No,
he saved the scariest for last. The second place there is like a skinwalker.
Yeah.
And that child was really putting a lot of work into it when they were marching around. Like, it was creepy.
Ew.
So from the
No.
left there, you have that's Case Mannering, first place. It's like the Headless Horseman. Second place is Matten Weiss. Third place is Remington Williams. And fourth place was Lucas Wilbur.
Mm-mm.
So you got Pennywise up there, too.
Yeah, that clown
so.
is not definitely nightmare fuel.
Yeah. So that's a little bit about the winners from the Halloween block party. I think we're going to try to get these in Wednesday's edition. If there's, Pete says correct. Well, I've had a lot of people ask me about when these are going to be in the paper. I guess they were looking for them Saturday, and we didn't have the space, but we're going to get them in Wednesday, Pete says. So.
Well, God knows there were enough people there. Jeez,
there was quite a crowd. I know they were saying that there was over 200 children that participated. There were so many children. I don't know if you've ever been up for the Lions Club Parade. That's been going on for 68 years, I think.
Wow.
And they always put up like caution tape, and then you kind of walk around it.
Yeah.
There was so many kids there that they couldn't even move around the circle that was set up. That's how big it got this year.
That is nuts.
Because they combined that was kind of a traditional thing, and they combined it with the block party this year. So they had the trunk or treat downtown.
They did.
And it just
and the fact that there was so many other things going on to get that many people going in the right direction is like crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Real quick, and then I'll get out of here just because I know Pete's got some stuff he wants to talk about. You got the video queued up with the ribbon cutting. We'll share that real quick, and then I'll talk about it.
Jensen, help. I already give you for the best the best customer, remember? 1, 2, 3, go.
So that happened over the weekend. That was Saturday morning in the village of Oak Hill there. That is Hometown Sports and More.
Nice.
They had their ribbon cutting and grand opening there.
Love that.
And that was Lindsay Landrum. She's 29 of Oak Hill. Her parents, a lot of folks may know them. That's Brian and Rhonda Moore of Oak Hill. And their daughter opened that business. And it's kind of a continuation of a business that's been around for a long time there in the village. Brian had gave me some history about it and the different locations it has been over the year.
I'm mad at Brian and Rhonda because they moved away because they were my next door neighbors and then they moved. So I'm not talking.
Okay.
Just kidding.
I usually see Brian. Once a month at the Oak Hill Chamber meeting.
Yes.
So
no, they're great people.
Yeah. So congratulations to Lindsay on the opening of her store there. She can do a lot of different stuff like heat transfers and shirts and it's sports and more. She's hoping to do maybe some like seasonal stuff as well.
Awesome.
But it was real nice, the inside of that store. It's located right down from the Liberty Theater or the Bingo Hall there in Oak Hill. If you know where those are. It's just down the street from it.
So not on the main drag, but
just on the corner of the main drag and whatever that road is.
At the red light, right?
At the red light, yes.
It's pretty sad when you can say at the red light.
I think it's Main. I think it's East Main there. I do believe. I didn't write it down, but anyhow, we're gonna
find it.
Yeah, we're gonna have a story and some pictures down there. So congratulations to her, and I'm gonna give my seat to Mr. Wilson here.
All right, thanks, Jeremiah, and happy birthday! If anyone sees Jeremiah out on the street today, embarrass the fire out of him. I'm not going out. No, you can't hide in the office. You got to take your lumps, man. It's your birthday. Good morning, Pete.
Good morning. How we doing?
Well, how are you doing?
Just fine, thank you.
Good. So what's going on in the world of news?
Okay, well, we're going to go over some stuff real quick there. Of course, one of the hot topics right now is ticket prices for the football playoff games. Yeah, we touched on that last Friday. And of course, I think I mentioned when we were here on the news on Friday that Speaker of the House, Jason Stevens, he represents several counties in our area, including Jackson County.
Yes.
He initiated a radio interview with Matt McKee on Friday. So you know that this is a big deal with the state legislature as far as them feeling that a change needs to be made.
For these ticket prices.
Right. And Speaker Stevens did reference or allude to legislation that could be coming, if something doesn't change on its own.
Yep.
Well, we got a news release on that, so we'll share that information. State Representatives Jay Edwards, he is a Republican from Nelsonville, and Justin Pazzulli, who is a state representative from Scioto County. Both of them are Republicans.
Former bartender at the 6 Sense Brewing.
Okay, well, my gosh, you have insight here.
I do. Justin's awesome.
Okay, well, he is now one of our state legislators representing Scioto County, or at least that's where he's from. But they have introduced legislation, and what it would do, of course, it has to go through the process, but what it would do is it would ensure that student tickets to athletic playoff games are priced lower than those of adults. And it will be the same whether they are purchased online or with cash. Okay. The legislation would also guarantee that if an event does not accept cash as a form of payment and the game is not sold out, the students will be admitted free of charge.
Oh.
So we'll see what happens there. Of course, the two things that Speaker of the House, Jason Stevens, talked about in the interview, and it kind of dovetails with this legislation, is the two things that he was unhappy about, and he says that he is hearing complaints about, is the increased price of the tickets, because they did go up to $12 in advance online, $9 for students, and then at the gate, $15 regardless.
Whether you're a student or adult or whatever.
Right, exactly. And so the two issues with him were the increase in price of the tickets, figuring that you're pricing some people out of seeing, what would be an important community event. And the second thing was the lack of availability of getting tickets live or at the gate.
Correct, because they were just like, you're going to have to download your ticket to your phone and that's it.
Right.
And, there's people that can't do that.
So, State Representative Edwards had a pretty strong statement that is in a news release, and it will be posted online, and we'll have it in the newspaper. This is what he was quoted as saying. The OHSAA, that's the Ohio High School Athletic Association, should be ashamed of themselves for charging $15 for a ticket to get into a high school playoff game. These games are supposed to be about the school, the community, the team, the band, the cheerleaders, and the family. But for the OHSAA, it is only about money. So that's a pretty strong statement there.
Called him out, didn't he?
So what is the OHA has said about this? Well, they have responded. They put out a statement on Friday, and they're at least willing to talk about it. The OHSA said late Friday afternoon that it plans to continue discussions about ticket prices. So it has caught their attention. It said that they would be releasing more information on Monday. Monday, of course, is today now.
Okay.
So we will see if they have made any accommodation, if we're talking about some change this year or whatever. I'm not exactly sure how much leverage the legislature has other than the bully pulpit and politics and, getting it out there to people. I'm not sure what the relationship is between, state government and the OHSAA. But we will see what happens on that because, the playoffs have just started. We had the first week of them this past weekend, and they will continue all the way into December, I think, when we get to the state championship.
Absolutely. And I know Speaker Stevens was very adamant that he would just hope that this would get resolved without any kind of legislation or whatever, that everybody could just get together and come up with a compromise.
That's certainly what he was hoping for. And I do know, based on what he said, and also, just the local buzz is, it has gotten a lot of people's attention. And between the hike in prices, and there was a lot of complaints last year about the lack of online tickets, I thought that the attendance might be just a little bit down last Friday for our playoff game here in Jackson. Now, still a great attendance, but you wonder how many people decided not to come because of the price. It rained a little bit that day. It didn't rain on Friday night or anything, but you just wonder about the impact. It's hard to know. But, if you got a family, 3 or 4 people coming and, you didn't or couldn't get tickets online, you're looking at $60.
Well, and that's what I was just sitting here thinking. I mean, if you've got, if you're a mom and dad and you have a couple of kids and then one playing is a cheerleader and one's a football player or whatever, I mean, you're talking about a lot of money to get in there.
Right. And, State Representative Edwards, he's pushing. He's talking about, hey, listen, we can have a hearing on this. The OHSA can come in and talk about their budget and why they need this. The pressure is being put on. So we will see what happens on that. The OHSA, has not really defended their position or whatever. They just said they're willing to talk about it. I'm not sure what their financial position is. A lot of the critics are claiming that it's unnecessary and that it's a money grab.
Okay.
You know, it's just more than they need. And, you know, we want to always emphasize this. Jackson High School emphasized this with a couple of notices they had on programs. And when you went in the ticket gate, these ticket prices and their rules are the state rules. It is not the rules of the local schools.
Yeah, the school isn't getting the money.
Right, exactly. All right, so some other news we're going to touch on real quickly. From the law enforcement front, we always like to keep you informed on that. There was a traffic stop in Vinton County on Thursday, December 26th. It was on McKee Road, and there was a complaint of a suspicious vehicle made to the Vinton County Sheriff's Office. Deputies located the vehicle and made contact with the driver. He was Zachary Brown, age 33, of Jackson. They noticed a strong smell of marijuana coming from the vehicle. The driver also appeared to be under the influence of drugs. There is Zachary Brown. Now, that is a picture after he was arrested. So
is he high on his own supply?
I don't know. I guess you know how life is all about attitude.
I guess so.
Just roll with it. You know, make the best of it. But anyway, that was the picture that we got from the Vinton County
best mugshot ever
from the Vinton County Sheriff's Office. But anyway, when they did a search of his vehicle, they located over 1 kilogram of marijuana that was packaged for sale, and which always makes it more serious than just having marijuana. But he was placed under arrest and transported to the Southeastern Ohio Regional Cell. As I said, a handgun also confiscated there as well. Okay, over the weekend, there is the picture of the marijuana there. As you can see, that's more than one person needs. I think I'm safe in saying that.
I think so, yeah.
So anyway, when they say packaged for sale, would you agree with that?
I would think so, yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, over the weekend, you know, we are getting close to the election, of course, and the Jackson County Democratic Party had an event that they call their fall outing.
Okay.
It was on Saturday evening at La Rosa's Pizzeria in the basement banquet party room that they have. And Democratic Chairman of Jackson County, Lisa Parker, arranged all this, and they had a very special guest. It was Liz Walters, who is the chair of the Ohio Democratic Party. So that's a pretty high-profile political person. Red Thompson Jr. was there to cover the event. We will, of course, have a story in our next paper, we hope. But we got a video. Red got a video of Liz Walters speaking. And so, Dylan, if you have that queued up, let's hear from the Ohio Democratic Party chair, Liz Walters, who was in Jackson County Saturday night.
That's cool.
Okay, we're here on the Telegram Facebook Live. We have the chair of Ohio's Democratic Party. Will you introduce yourself and tell us what you're doing here speaking to the Democrats tonight?
Sure. My name is Liz Walters. I'm chair of the Ohio Democratic Party, and I am here tonight for the Jackson County Democratic Party dinner and having a great time with a wonderful room of committed Democrats and volunteers from all over Jackson County.
You touched on some key issues tonight. We'll start with the one of the hot ones, the redistricting issues. Mm-hmm. You say you want fairer districts than what we currently have. Could you comment on that and why you feel the districts are unfair toward Democrats?
Well, I don't think it's one party or the other. The districts are just flat out unfair. The Ohio Supreme Court ruled our maps unconstitutional 7 times last year. We have some temporary maps in place now, but we know there's a group of really concerned citizens, Republicans and Democrats, who care about fair representation, about bringing balance back to our Ohio State House, which the FBI has called the most corrupt in the country. So we're excited to see how that plan plays out. If they're going to go towards a ballot initiative, we're going to try to be supportive. We'll hear how these things unfold in the next few months.
And you mentioned issue 1 in Ohio. Some of your comments about why you think that should be supported.
Yeah, listen, issue 1 is a really important matter for all Ohioans, especially for Ohio women and girls. Ohio has one of the most extreme abortion bans in the country, a 6-week ban with no exceptions for the tragedy of rape or incest or if the health of the mother is in danger. So we really think voting yes on issue 1 is the right thing to do to make sure that healthcare decisions belong to women and their families and their doctors with no interference from politicians. That's why we're supporting a yes on issue 1 vote on or before November 7th.
And you're a great believer in organizations. That was brought out tonight. And you said part of the problems with the Democrats in Ohio, they're not as organized as they should be, and you've been taking steps to remedy that. What's some of your actions and how we've been able to accomplish that?
Yeah, so we are organizing county by county in all parts of Ohio. For a long time, Democrats really just focused on a few counties, particularly in our big cities, but voters in rural Ohio matter. They deserve to have good choices on their ballot. They deserve to have volunteers come talk to them, learn more about issues. So that's why we're working with our incredible leadership of Chairwoman Parker here in Jackson County to mobilize more, to bring more volunteers in, to make sure voters know they can find community here in the Democratic Party and continue to build from there.
And final thing on the economy, something's everybody's, certainly in everyone's interest. What steps should we take to make a strong economy? You know, right now the economy's pretty good, but how do we make it even better?
Yeah, so this is so important, right? And what we've seen in Washington and in Columbus, our Democratic leadership has been focused on things that matter most to working families. When we just saw the show in Washington where Republicans were only focused on an internal leadership fight. And so it's really important that we continue to focus on things like lowering prescription drug costs down, making sure that we are kind of keeping inflation low so those grocery prices come back down. Most importantly, it's about building the economy from the bottom up and the middle out. Wealthy people don't need any more tax cuts. We need to make sure we're providing good, high-wage jobs for working people all over Ohio. And I think Senator Sherrod Brown is one of our best fighters for that in Washington.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Well,
very cool.
Yes, that was Liz Walters. It was a great coup for Lisa Parker to get Liz down here this close to the election. But speaking of the election, once again, a week from tomorrow, it's coming up there. The extended
Get out and vote.
Yeah, the extended hours for early in-person voting are expanding this week. You know, they've been going on, about an hour more each day, starting on October 11th. But now, today, for instance, 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Board of Elections offices will be open that long for early in-person voting. Tomorrow it'll be 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. And then Wednesday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m.
So you have no excuse to not vote.
Right. And then even next weekend, 8 a.m. to 4 on Saturday, 1 p.m. to 5 on Sunday. They used to have early in-person voting on Monday before the election, but they did away with that last year.
Okay.
Because it makes it a little bit too close, I guess, when they're trying to get ready.
A little too close for comfort, isn't
right.
it?
And absentee ballots, of course, the door is open on that as well.
Yep.
We are doing candidate profiles in the Telegram. You know, a lot of people say, what's going on with the election? What's the details? It's a big chore. We like to do even more than what we're doing, but what we're doing is we're running profiles of every candidate in Jackson and Vinton County, except on the township level because it just got to be too much.
Yeah,
but on the school board and municipal level, if there are contested races, we are profiling the candidates. We ask stock questions, sent out a form to these candidates that were involved, and we're in the process of publishing those in the paper now. We had the Jackson School Board contested candidates in last Wednesday. We had the Wellston School Board candidates who were contested last Saturday. In this Wednesday's paper, we're going to have the Vinton County School Board contested candidates and the Oak Hill School Board contested candidates. And then on Saturday, the plan is the 2 Oak Hill mayor candidates and the 3 Hamden mayor candidates. And we're having boilerplate stories covering what is on the ballot totally.
Yeah, and that's
including
fantastic.
The levies and issues.
Levies, issues. You and I were talking about this while the video was playing is, if you're confused about, there are several levies, there are several issues statewide and whatnot for you to vote on. If you're confused about it, there have been some flyers put in the paper and whatnot, but you can also just go to the Secretary of State's website, and typically they have really good explanations of both sides and
right. What
the issues are and all of that.
What I would say is, and I tell you what, in this polarized situation that we have, where everything seems to be so partisan and even to the point personal sometimes.
Oh my!
Here's what I would always say, and I don't think anybody can argue on that. Even if you stake out a position and think you know how you feel on these issues, because issue one is the abortion issue, and number two is the recreational marijuana issue.
Right.
Whether those things are going to be changed via constitutional amendment in the state. Listen to both sides, and then make a decision, and just don't get in your echo chamber and listen to somebody who thinks like you do.
Don't shut your mind down.
No, don't. We
think.
We have too much of that reflexive thing now.
Yes.
And I'll stand by that because, man, I just see it out there on everything.
Yep.
And quit demonizing the other side. I get so tired of that, whether it's a candidate or an issue.
Agreed. 100%.
I do respect everybody, though, that gets involved because, that's what a democracy is supposed to be all about.
Absolutely. But
people getting involved and, right, well, that's much more important than not caring at all.
Yes.
I do know that. I do give the partisans and the people who are involved in the issues credit for that. Real quick, don't want to forget, Trick or Treat is tomorrow evening in the Jackson County communities, Jackson, Wellston, and Oak Hill, 5:30 to 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And then and that's all the communities. And then in Hamden and MacArthur, also on Tuesday evening, but different times. In Hamden, 5 to 7. In MacArthur, 6 to 8. Zaleski and Wilkesville have their trick or treat over the weekend. Also, a very cool thing happening at the Hazlitt Mansion and Carriage House in Wellston. The big mansion as you go into the fairgrounds. I guess that's where people
properties
see it.
in the county.
They are going to do spooky tours tomorrow evening in conjunction with Halloween, 6 to 7 p.m. They will have spooky tours and trick or treat. The special tours will go through the mansion from the main floor to the basement and walking the spooky underground path from the basement tunnel to the carriage house barn. I've had the chance to see that.
And you something to see. I haven't gotten to see it.
What Donald Morgan has done with that, the contractor, he just wanted to see that place preserved, and now it's being shared with the public.
Good.
So that's a great opportunity. If you do go for that, and I have a feeling there'll be a few people who do.
Say so.
It will be, they want you to park in the large side yard of the house and not in the circle drive because there just isn't room for all those cars.
Okay.
The Oak Hill Halloween Shindig is being conducted in Oak Hill in conjunction with Trick or Treat. It will be from 5:15 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the Imogene Brunton Davis Memorial Building and Etna Park area. Trunk or Treat from 5:30 to 7. The Parade of Mass at 5:20. There will be a chili and Jackson County veal dinner from 5:15 to 7 at the Festival of Flags booth. And then the Trunk or Treat and Trick or Treat all at the same time. Okay. So a lot. That is a shindig. And I'm way past my time, but we got to announce, if you didn't know, the Jackson Army won their playoff football game in fine fashion, 49-14 over Marietta. They will continue on the playoff path. They will be home again on Friday to play Bloom Carroll.
Yes.
Now, this is going to be, honestly, a big step up in competition. Bloom Carroll is the defending regional champions.
Yep.
And they went to the state tournament last year, and they're good again.
Yes.
But they are coming to Jackson.
That's right.
So the Ironmen are 10-1, and it should be a heck of a game. And I don't want to be facetious and say that it's worth the $15 cost, but it'll be a great game for sure. Unfortunately, our Vinton County Vikings lost on Friday to a very talented Gallia Academy team by a score of 34-6. However, Vinton County finishes with one of their very best seasons in school history, 10-2 overall, and of course, undisputed TVC champions. And congratulations to Samuel Boyd, Vinton County High School cross-country runner. He went to the regional meet last week, and you know what he did? He qualified.
Woohoo!
He will be going to Obetz this Saturday to run against the very best boy state cross-country runners in the state. And that is the first time since he finished 23rd out of 165 runners.
Wow.
And that is the first Viking. And they have a great cross-country program under Coach Josh Kirkpatrick. This is the first cross-country runner to qualify for the state from Vinton County since 1982.
Whoa. Way to go, buddy.
Samuel Boyd.
Yep.
All right.
Eat your Wheaties that
So
morning.
I'm 6 minutes over. I am so sorry.
Hey, no, you're fine. This is what happens when I talk to Jeremiah about scary movies and stuff. It's my fault.
No, hey, that's all right. You can. There's a lot of scary movies out there right now.
That's right. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. And don't forget to get out there and vote. You have another week or so to do that. And we will be right back here tomorrow. And wear your sweatshirt because it's going to be cold. And we'll see you then. Bye.